What is going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to TV and Me. I'm of course Kevin, and it's time again for the Walking Dead weekend. So before we get into a really quick recap of last episode, I'm just going to quickly bring up the Patreon poll. Now, I forgot to mention it in last weekend's video because of everything that was going on with that episode. It just absolutely blew my mind, and I completely forgot to bring it up. But I put it on Patreon anyway, and the question was, did Carol do the right thing by killing Lizzie? And overwhelmingly, and probably unsurprisingly, everybody voted yes. And they listed the same reasons as I did, pretty much. That, you know, everything that had happened and the danger Lizzie posed in the future to everyone, not just the people there, but anyone else they met, it was just too much of a risk. So they had to get rid of her, unfortunately, because there is no professional help, like I said in the review last week. So jumping straight out the Patreon poll, straight into the recap. Of course, Carol did kill Lizzie. Lizzie killed Mika. And I forgot to bring this up last episode, actually, but it would have been really strange in that episode if Tyrese had killed Carol, because it would have gone one stage each time. Because Mika killed the walker at the beginning of the episode, so it would have gone Mika killing a walker, Lizzie killing Mika, Carol killing Lizzie, and then Tyrese killing Carol, which would have been like that old nursery rhyme, I believe it is, the woman who swallowed the fly. I don't know why. But it would have been a bigger fish taking out a smaller fish each time, which would have been really strange. But I'm glad they broke that sequence, and we saw in that episode also that Tyrese forgave Carol. Carol finally confessed that she killed Karen and David, and even though there was that brief piece of anger, Tyrese swallowed his anger, he swallowed his pride, and he forgave Carol. And I think, and we mentioned it in last review actually, and a lot of you mentioned it in the comments, but I think the day's events with Mika and Lizzie helped in him forgiving Carol because of all that trauma that happened beforehand. Plus, I think we saw when he was staring out the window, he was staring at Carol killing Lizzie, and in that moment I think he realised, or eventually when she told him, he realised that Carol was doing these things because in her mind it was the only option, you know, to keep other people safe. It wasn't done out of malice. He could see in Carol in that moment when she did shoot Lizzie that she took no pleasure from it, absolutely no pleasure, but she still did the job at hand. She did what needed to be done, and I think Tyrese saw that when he was staring out the window, and that somehow had some sort of influence on him forgiving Carol later on in the episode. So, you know, I'm happy for it, even though we had the sad stuff with Mika and Lizzie dying, but stuff happens, and luckily Judith got out of the situation, because there was one point in that episode as well where Lizzie said that she was about to kill Judith as well so she could turn, but luckily Carol and Tyrese got back, because I mean, I've seen in my own head, I've seen Judith die once, and I don't need to see it again. And I want to see actually the reunion with Judith and Rick and Kyle, because I think that would be a really cool moment. So I don't want nothing to happen to Judith in the meantime. But apart from all that trauma, not much else happened. Not much else happened. Like, a lot happened, but nothing apart from that. I don't want to go too deep into it, because otherwise this recap will be like 10 minutes again, and I just want to get into the reaction. So this will be Season 4, Episode 15. We're getting close to the end again. Finale is next episode. So let's get on with it. Let's see how things go down this episode.
Thought it was because you were in love with him. Girl in love with the guy she's trying to help get to his girl. And if that were the case, closing your eyes would be just too damn tragic.
If that were the case.
Yeah. I saw the way you were looking down Rosita's shirt while she was serving you dinner. Hey, the things are damn near hypnotic. Look, Eugene spends half the day staring at her ass. I'm not mad. It just means my theory's shot.
Oh, it's going to be the sign, isn't it? He's sprinted. He just wants to catch up. That's the first bit of hope he's had. It's good to see my boy Glenn smiling again.
Shouldn't be fooling around. We should probably call.
I win. Pay up.
Oh, come on.
Hey, but you said Winner's choice.
Go ahead, take it, it's yours. You want it, fair and square.
Oh,
Come on, we always share.
Work it over.
oh, where's Lizzie? There's a rabbit. Oh no, it's Daryl this time. Holy
hell you
shit!
Catch me some breakfast.
Oh, it's mine.
Well, my heir's the one that hit first. Cottontail belongs to me. You see, the rules of the hunt don't mean jack out here. Now, that rabbit you holding is claimed, boy. So as you, I'd hand it over. Now,
Ain't happening, bro.
you get to wishing you ain't ever even got out of bed this morning.
It ain't yours.
All you gotta do is claim. That's how you mark your territory, your prey, your bed at night. One word, claimed. Easy there, partner. Hey, ass end is still an end.
You just care about keeping Eugene safe, right? It's the only reason you want to stop? We go until sundown. I give Eugene my riot gear. Right here, right now, everybody wins.
Except her.
You're not her mama. She says she can walk, she can walk. You got yourself a deal. You know you need a group out here.
Maybe I don't.
No, you do. You should be with us. We don't have to be nice. We don't have to be brothers in arms. You just gotta follow the rules. If you steal, you kill. I know that sounds a little funny, but nobody laughs when something goes missing. And you don't lie, because that's a slippery slope indeed.
What happens if you break them?
Oh, we catch a beating. The severity of which depends upon the offense and the general attitude of the day.
We're gaining on him. It's still wet.
I'm sure as Shinola can't go up and over.
Fuck.
How about around?
Yeah, around.
No.
There's no way things are
I'll
going to
take a
go
day,
well in there.
Maybe more. If Maggie went through, I'm going through. We're close.
Shut up a second. That there is a long, dark tunnel full of reanimated corpses. My recommendation would be take the day, make the detour, and play it safe, but I know you're not going to do that. So this is where we got to part ways.
It's understandable. I don't blame him.
Sorry I hit you in the face.
I'm not. I like to fight.
I have to say you were seriously hot, Tara.
Yeah, I like girls.
I'm well aware of that. Claimed.
Claimed. Claimed. Claimed. Claimed.
He's cruising for a bruising, that guy.
This had to have happened today.
Fucking hell. Surely Maggie and that didn't get through all that lot. They must have gone round.
Yeah, there's no bodies on the ground. That means Maggie made it through. We have to get rid of them.
We don't have enough ammo.
Well, then we'll push through.
We have to find another way.
Yo, no.
I'm the navigator.
Then learn to navigate. Do you remember Thompson?
I'm formally requesting a straight-up do-over on that one. I guided us here from Houston to northern Georgia without incident.
I wouldn't say without incident.
Minimal incident, navigation-wise at least. I cannot abide a reality where you are the chosen navigator over a son of the South who has successfully negotiated the travails and vagaries of journeys both real and virtual.
All right. We're going north. Got it?
Something tells me they're not going to go north. I mean, there's brave and then there's reckless. Oh, shit. Oh, she ain't trapped her leg, has she? Fuck's sake.
This is the third left turn you've made me make in the last 5 minutes. You're lost.
I'm not. Turn left.
It's in here.
Stop the van.
Why are we stopping? Oh, liar!
Nope.
This wasn't your plan? Why you insisted on navigating and why you told him to go to sleep?
Nope, I never claimed otherwise. If Glenn and Tara were still alive and there were no significant delays and they continued traveling at approximately 3 miles per hour and I timed it correctly in my head, they might be somewhere around here.
Those two are not the priority.
Not leaving them behind.
Son of a bitch! Why the hell are we stopped?
If they made it out of that tunnel, they'd be somewhere around here.
Oh, fuck.
You're kidding me, right?
If you know the rules never stop and you stop. Then
Guys!
I can go with the rules.
Guys!
What? You gotta be kidding me. Christ.
Fuck.
You step back. My half was in the bag. Now it's gone. Now ain't nobody around here interested in no half a damn cottontail except you.
Did you take his rabbit, Daryl? Well, look at that.
Somebody
Put
planted
that there,
it.
didn't you? You lied. You stole. We're gonna teach this fool what, Joe, huh?
Now, Daryl says he didn't take your half of the rabbits. Either he's lying, which is an actionable offense, or you didn't plan it on him like some pussy, punk-ass, cheating, coward cop, did you?
I didn't.
Good. Well, teach him a lesson, gents. The lying sack of shit, I'm sick of it. I saw him do it.
Why'd you try to stop him?
He wanted to play that out, I let him.
Why do I feel like he didn't plan it? I feel like that guy in charge did.
Glenn, you can't save me. They're coming.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Get out of here!
I see Sasha, Maggie. Oh yeah. Yeah. About time we had a bit of good news.
I met Tara on the road. Couldn't have made it here without her.
Oh, he's not going to tell him, is he?
Thank you.
He should have told
She
him
heard
the
what I was
truth.
doing. She said she had to help me. She's just that kind of person.
Because tomorrow, there's absolutely no reason why the 8 of us don't stuff ourselves in that van and head up to Washington.
He's right. I'm gonna go.
No, he's wrong. We're a day's walk from Terminus. Who knows what they've got there?
Look, it couldn't hurt to check.
Now he feels like he owes them. He is so being manipulated.
You seen this before?
I'll tell you what it is, it's a lie. Ain't no sanctuary for all. He's gonna welcome guys like you and me with open arms.
They're not far behind. It's not going to be good, is it?
Looks like you've been on the road a while.
We have.
Welcome to Terminus.
So there we have it, episode 15, and again, a bit of a quiet episode this one, which is unsurprising considering everything that went on last episode. And a few key points to pull out of this episode. Firstly, let's start with the fact Glenn has met up with Maggie again, which I was really happy to see. I'm glad they didn't draw it out really long as well, because we've really been waiting for 2 reunions. The one between Glenn and Maggie, and of course the one between Judith and Kyle and Rick. Well, those are the 2 main ones I'm looking forward to most. I'm still looking forward to the whole group getting together, but they're the main ones. And I suppose you can chuck in Daryl and Beth with that as well. And I'm glad they've finally come back together. Bit of a weird circumstance in which they met. Obviously, Maggie managed to get through that tunnel, and Glenn, had she not turned up, I feel like maybe Glenn and Tara would have died. So she showed up in the nick of time, luckily. Now, of course, they are back together. They have arrived at Terminus, and Abraham and Eugene have gone with them, and Rosita. They did say, though, that they're going to go on to Washington after Terminus. I don't know whether they will wait at Terminus with Sasha and that for a little while, until maybe Tyrese turns up and Carol, you know, and Rick and everyone. Maybe they'll wait about for a bit. Maybe they won't. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe they'll split up straight away and head off on their own mission, and maybe some of our group will go along with them. I don't know, that might happen. I'm hoping they hang about for a bit, because I'd like to see the whole group get back together again. Hopefully Tyrese, Carol, Rick, Michonne, Carl, Daryl maybe, and Beth, hopefully, if she's found, can all meet up again before they start going off in their own directions. Sticking with Daryl, in this episode we sort of, well, I took from the episode, we saw him getting manipulated by the leader of that group. I think his name is Joe. I can't remember exactly. I'll call him Joe for now. Just correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But Joe seemed to be manipulating him. He seemed to, you know, he said he saw that other guy put the rabbit head in Daryl's bag. But I feel like that was a lie, because that other guy looked like he was telling the truth. And I feel like he sees Daryl as more of an asset than this other guy, because this other guy, he seemed like a bit of a loose cannon. And maybe he sacrificed this other guy and, you know, stitched him up so the group would kick him and kill him. And then Daryl would see that body, because the body was obviously just laid out. So Daryl would see it. And now, because they've lost a guy, and Daryl was the cause of that, you know, because he had this disagreement with this other guy, Daryl will feel some guilt and some loyalty towards this group now, because he feels like he owes them, because they killed a guy and they didn't touch him. So maybe Daryl feels some loyalty towards this group now. But again, I feel like it was the guy in charge, Joe, that set it all up. I don't think that other guy did plant the other half of the rabbit in his bag. I feel like it was the Joe guy. And he did it all as a big ruse in order to get Daryl on side, you know, and feel some loyalty towards him. But again, that's just me assuming stuff. It could have completely gone down the way it was described. But these guys, they're not exactly the truthful kind, are they? The honest kind. I mean, they had a mild disagreement and someone planted, even if that guy did plant the rabbit, he only planted a rabbit to get into a fight with Daryl, and they murdered him. And it looks like they tortured him as well, because they beat him and then he had an arrow through his eye. So they obviously had fun killing him. They're not people you want to mess about with, and I hope Daryl sort of sees through that bullshit. And I mean, we also saw in this episode the Joe character say that they were following the tracks because they were chasing after Rick. They described the whole situation that went down in the house, and you know how they followed him out of the building and followed his tracks. So they're following Rick. Hopefully Rick gets to Terminus in time, and if this other group does arrive at Terminus, you know, who knows what will go down. Also, when they're following the tracks, they stumbled across one of those Terminus signs, and that Joe character said that it wasn't what it seemed to be. So that's got me a bit worried about Terminus. Is it somewhere that lures you in, then they use you? I mean, I don't know in what way. I mean, we had Woodbury. Surely they wouldn't do a carbon copy of Woodbury where, you know, you've got a town that looks good and you just got a bad guy in charge. Would they do that again as a storyline? I don't know. Maybe it is a good place, and maybe these guys that are with Daryl will then come to Terminus looking for Rick, and they will shoot the place up and make it all go to shit again, much like the governor did with the prison. I don't know. I don't know which direction they're going with that. I guess it's just something we'll have to wait and see. Like I say though, that was about it. Not really much going on. It was a very slow episode. I mean, we had some good moments, like I say, with Glenn and Maggie meeting up and then finally arriving at Terminus. But, you know, a lot of stuff is still up in the air concerning, you know, Rick, and if this group catches up with Rick and Daryl, and where the hell is Beth? Who's got Beth? Unless the people at Terminus have got Beth. Maybe that car was from Terminus. Maybe they've got a prisoner, but for what reason? To what end? Who knows? Maybe they've got something up their sleeves, the writers, and something I'm not expecting. But I'll have to wait and see as per usual. So, until next time, guys, thank you for watching as always, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching The Walking Dead Weekend with me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up because it helps me and it helps the channel grow. If you have any thoughts or theories on the episode, remember you can put them in the comments section below. But please, no spoilers. Also, if you'd like to support me even more than you do now, you can find me on Patreon. Link is in the description with all the rewards tiers. And finally, if you'd like to keep up to date with the channel, you can find me on Twitter at TVandMeReacts, or you can subscribe.